We're ready to go, Nick. We're ready to go. That's all in the stream.
Oh, was it? Okay. Before we start, I have to give this announcement, is that because we're recording this stream live on Facebook Live, we have to inform you that if you don't want to be recorded, can you get off, please?
I'm out.
yeah, don't all leave, please. Yeah, and I mean, Anthony, I take it this is our 8th one?
This is the 8th, 8 of 10, yeah.
8 of 10. We've got next week, we've got Fusion Furniture, and after that one, the last one until the summer break, and then we will be picking it up again in September, will be carpet and flooring. So I'm looking forward to them too. But tonight we've got Mo from AO. It's a brand new partner. We finally got there, Mo.
We did indeed, yeah. It took a little bit longer than expected.
It's been quite some journey.
It has indeed, yeah.
Okay, and really tonight is about introducing you, AO, what you're doing for us, how you see the business growing. And so, Mo, how are things going in your first week with us?
Oh God, it's been 1 week, but it feels like it's been a year already. To be honest with you, the amount of engagement that we've had over the last 2 weeks since we were officially live has been crazy. Actually did some stats today just to see how much engagement we've had, and we've done nearly about £60,000 worth of revenue already just from 2 weeks. And I think overall as a business, I think we first started selling to LNPG around January, just 1 or 2 members here and there. And I think in total, from what our report was telling us, it's like we've done £100,000 worth of revenue already. So it's been amazing. But like I was telling you before the other day, we need to sort of put some processes and we need to make a plan around the account of LNPG, just because if it continues the way we're going, what we don't want is to take loads of sales and then our service levels start to drop over time, and that's the last thing we want at AO, because we sort of obviously pride ourselves in our customer service. And I did see a few comments about myself on the Facebook group, so I want that to continue, to be honest with you.
No, that's going to be hard, because a lot of people, when we first join a partner, normally it's a slowly gradual up. But because the name AO is going to attract people onto you, and I've seen it, the activity and the comments have been made about you. And I don't think anybody could really anticipate the kind of volumes that have hit you in the first 2 weeks. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to mention them, our other electrical partner, and they're still a partner at the moment. Yes. I mean, we're in our peak when they were looking after us properly and giving a great service. And by the way, John and his team I'm still good close to them, that they were doing £1 million. And that's where I want for you to get, because the amount of members now at 4,500 members, that this would be a £2 million account with the amount of electricals that our members pay. And I'm really proud to welcome you on board, and the service levels that you've given an LNPG member. I haven't seen one bad comment. Sorry, I saw one today. I actually saw a little one today. Oh, it was me. So we rang you rang him straight away, and he's back on there, done, sorted. And that's what we want. Yeah. But one of the things you said to me when we spoke briefly yesterday was that you want to build a team around this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you explain?
Yeah. So, like I said, if the trajectory carries on the way it's going, we don't want our service levels to drop. We don't want people obviously making bad comments about AO. So we're going to try and build an admin team around helping me manage the accounts. So at the moment, it's myself and my colleague Phil who will look after all LNPG members. But if it carries on the way it's going, we're going to need a larger team to look after LNPG as an account as a whole. Now, as you probably well aware, I'm not just the account manager for LNPG. I look after other customers as well. But if LNPG takes off, and I'm spending more time on LNPG than I am with everyone else, obviously they deserve the same level of service that I'm doing for you. And we're going to have to build a team or put some processes in place whereby our service levels don't drop. So I'm actually having a meeting with our head of sales on Friday, and possibly I hope my MD can join into it too. I'm just going to explain what's happened so far. Based on the stats that I was given last week, I did over 20 hours on the phone, which is not normal, to be honest with you, because I don't work on a dialer. It's more of a case of people call me, I look after them, etc. But doing 20 hours on the phone obviously took a lot of time and a lot of effort. So we need to try and put some processes in place and just make it easier for all the members to be looked after. Because like you said today, you probably got, I think it was a member that called in saying they've left me a voicemail to try to get hold of Phil, who obviously wasn't available, and that we don't want that to happen for LNPG. So we're going to carry on building a team around LNPG, making sure that we adapt to the way that you're working with us, rather than it become a reactive thing whereby, you know, people start talking negative, business and sales drop. We don't want that to happen. So we rather be proactive than reactive.
You know that sales meeting you've got on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Can I join it?
Absolutely, yeah.
The only reason why, because you won't be working anymore in that team. You'll be solely working for LNPG if I'm on that frigging meeting, I tell you.
Yeah, I'll invite you into it, mate. No worries. I'll send you. I think it's, I've got a meeting between 3 and 4 with my head of sales. So I'll try and get you into it as well.
Yeah, that'd be really good, because again, I've not met them, they've not met me. So yeah. I mean, I met another one of senior managers, but not that level up, and that'd be really, really good. But you're saying about the services that you're providing LNPG. So at the moment, it's quite reactive. They ring you. If you're on the phone, yeah, you take it. Sorry, they leave a message and then you ring them back.
Yeah, so the way it's working at the moment is, obviously, if an inbound call comes in, I'm picking up the phone and speaking to them. The trouble I have is that whilst I'm on the phone to a member, like the other day when I was talking just to you yesterday, whilst we were on the meeting, my phone is constantly going off. So that's when I will, once I've done with one call, I'll then jump onto another call with another member, and by that time another 2-3 calls will have come in. So all the time I'm playing catch up, and I don't want to be playing catch up. I want to be able to pick up the phone right away and look after you.
Okay. Well, it's important that we get that sorted out straight away, because as people become more aware that we've tied up with AO, you're going to get busier and busier and busier, and it's going to flow in. So that's important for
definitely
for the service, but also for business fit for yourselves, which is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's, so that's one of the things I wanted to sort of get across today, if that's possible. If a member cannot get a hold of me, because it's not, obviously I'm not ignoring you, I might be on another call or in a meeting, they can always call my colleague Phil, who obviously you met when you came in back in November. I think his details have been shared on the LNPG landing page for AO. So if it's something urgent, you need to try and get hold of something for next day delivery, or, you know, if it needs to be for tomorrow, the day after or whenever, call my colleague Phil. His details have been shared, and he will look after you exactly the same way that I will. And if you cannot get hold of him, you can leave us voicemails. Obviously, we want people to leave us voicemails so we can just know who is calling, what it's about, etc. So we can be prepared before we call you. And if you can never get hold of my colleague Phil, we've also got an admin staff available who will be able to take messages. So I'll share his details on the back of this meeting, so you can communicate out to all the members. And last case scenario, if it's, like I said, urgent, you can call our customer service team as well, and they will look after all the members from a service perspective. But if it needs to be an order, obviously it needs to come through to ourselves. They'll leave a message for us, and we'll give your members a call back.
Bo, just on that last point there, will the customer service team know who LNPG are, who the members are, what discounts they need to supply, and that sort of thing?
They are aware of who LNPG members are, because one or two members of our service team have already passed on messages to myself. In terms of discounts, they aren't aware of how it works. That's obviously something that's kept in the sales environment. So if members are inquiring about prices, we've just instructed the customer service team to just pass or relay the message back over to us, and then we give the members a call. But in terms of a service perspective, if a delivery's not turned up, they'll be able to assist, or anything along them lines, they will be able to look after you if I'm never available the first time around.
So let me get this clear. If we want a sale, like somebody wants a washing machine or something, yeah, they're to get a hold of your team.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
something hasn't turned up,
Yeah.
yep, they can go through to the customer service department.
They can go through to them, but they can still come through to myself as well. So it's not a case of as long as you pick up the phone, remember something has gone wrong, whether it's through to myself or through to the customer service team, we will always look after you. And that's the sort of message that we want to get across, is that nobody's going to turn you down because we don't know who LNPG are or we don't know anything about your order. That's not the case. We will always make sure that LNPG members are well looked after. And inevitably, things will go wrong. We're not going to sit here with a sort of rose-tinted glasses and say the grass is greener at AO and everything is always going to go smoothly as possible. Every now and again, a delivery might not turn up, appliance might be damaged. But what we will ensure is that you are looked after. And one of the things I always say to any customer I deal with is that as a business, even though we're a large corporation, we act like we are a small business. So we're small enough to care, but large enough to actually cope with the demand of members and customers. So that's the approach that we want to try and take with everyone, really. Just making sure that from the moment you pick up the phone, place an order, to the moment the appliance is delivered, and throughout the life cycle of the warranty or throughout the life cycle of the appliance, everyone is looked after. So there's actually a member today who I spoke to. She wanted to know how to claim a cashback on the washing machine, and she wasn't sure how to go about doing so. So I actually talked her through the whole process from start to finish, so she could claim her cashback. So even if it's not sort of sales related, still come through to me or to any member of the team, and we'll make sure that things are sorted for you.
But I can tell you now, you're going to need help.
Yeah.
You are going to need help, because after this, you're going to get hit tomorrow. Yeah, you really will going forward. So I'd suggest you go to bed early tonight, because your head's going to spin. Okay. and again, because we've got 4,500 people. You only need 100 of them people to come at you in one day, and you're going to be backed up.
Yeah, no, to be fair, over the last week or two, I have been doing some long hours just because I want to try and perfect this and get this right. And that's why I already proactively put in this meeting with our sales manager, because I know that this needs a hands-on approach, and it's going to need more than maybe one or two people or an admin team to look after you. We're going to need to build a whole team around LNPG, really. So one of these so I don't want you to think that it's going to take another 2 or 3 months to get that process corrected. One of the approaches our CEO actually takes is, let's get it done, or let's get the members in or the sales in, whatever, and then we build a team around it. And that's what we're doing. We will adapt to LNPG rather than you telling us, mate, you need to get more people in, more staff in. We'll try and do that proactively.
But Mo, what you were telling me yesterday was that your phone's loads of, because of the promotions and because of what's going on with LNPG, you've got landlords with nothing to do with LNPG ringing you up.
Say again, sorry.
I said.
Oh yeah.
That a lot more people.
Yeah.
All landlords are coming from everywhere ringing you.
Yeah, we've had an influx of inbound calls coming into our inbound sales team. Obviously, them being landlords. So the sort of engagement that we've had, not just from LNPG members, but as a landlords, as a market or industry, has increased quite a lot as well. So it's been really good, and long may it continue.
Yeah, and the other great thing is, you lot join LNPG so it gets wrapped up.
Yes. I was telling you yesterday at dinner, one of our sales managers who actually bought second property, signed up to the LNPG membership on the back of hearing that we were looking to work with LNPG. I told him about what it is that you do, and he signed up to the membership. So I told him, if you need a washing machine, mate, you know where to come to.
Right. Well, I was going to say, Anthony, I see a load of questions coming up. Can we go through some?
Yeah, so we've got some on the Facebook and some on the Zoom as well. One that's just come on the Facebook. Mo, are you busy just now? Can you order me up a washing machine? But But yeah, we've got a couple. So is there an email as well as just ringing you guys?
Yeah, so my personal contact details obviously have been shared on the LNPG landing page. But one of the things I was talking to our operations team was building an LNPG inbox. So members, so like I say, because I obviously look after other clients as well, things might get sort of stuck and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to create an inbox for LNPG whereby members can email in certain queries, or if they want pricing, if they send it into that inbox, somebody will pick it up and we will always get back to members as soon as we possibly can. But that needs to be created. Yeah, I'm sure by Friday it should be done, and then I'll communicate that out to you, Anthony.
What sort of turnaround are we looking for on that email?
At the moment, we're not quite sure. So I am at the moment, as soon as somebody sends me an email, I'll try and respond to it right away. Now I know I've been doing some long hours, but let's say 24 to 48 hours to get a response back from us. Now we're hoping obviously we can reduce that time, but given the engagement that we've had so far, we want to try and set your expectation, at least make it reasonable. If it's something's urgent that needs ordering or looking into, just pick up the phone to us and we'll obviously do what we can for you.
And Paul, okay. I've got one here about putting prices on our website. Now we looked at this. Now we can put products, because these products are changing so quickly, because they might have 100 and suddenly that 100's gone, you've rang up, and our website can be out of date within a week. Okay, was that you were really anti putting products on our website? You would rather deal with them on an ongoing basis. As they want something, they ring.
Yeah. So what we've done is this is a very important point. We created a price list or catalog for LNPG members. Now, initially, obviously, when you wanted to come on board with us, I think we had a conversation back in November, December time. We obviously deal with a lot of property management companies as a business, landlords, housing associations, student accommodations, etc. So what we did was we reviewed what the most popular selling items were between all of them, and we then took that data and put that into what we call the LNPG price list or catalog. Now, what we managed to do was we managed to negotiate. Now, this is not something that I've done, so I can't take credit for it, to be honest with you. I've got to give credit over to our trading team. They managed to negotiate prices for every single appliance that's on this catalog. Now, there's over 200 appliances on there, ranging from low-end appliances all the way up to high-end appliances, because we understand different landlords or different members will need different requirements for different things. So they managed to negotiate prices, and they've also managed to fix the pricing for a period of 6 months. Now, initially, we had hoped that we'd go live by the new financial year, but because of COVID, obviously things got put on the back burner. So the price list at the moment is valid up until September. And then from September onwards, we'll get a new list sent out, or a new list will be negotiated with the manufacturers with discounts included. Now, at the moment, I am sending the list out individually to members when they call me, but we are looking into sending the list out to everyone and making it user-friendly, because the price list or catalog, as I like to call it, it's an Excel spreadsheet, to be honest with you. And some people might not know how to navigate their way through it, so that's why if somebody needs help on the phone with the price list, I can go through it with them. And
why don't we just put it on our website?
I think it was more of a case of not having prior eyes seeing what prices that we've managed to negotiate with certain manufacturers. So I think that's where they sort of
only members are going to see it. Yeah,
right. That's absolutely fine.
Again, it is under lock and key, and
Okay.
members know that not to. Yeah, but the problem is because you're sending that list out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can forward it on. It'd be better if it's locked in our website and they can only look at it.
Yeah, I've actually created a user-friendly catalog now, so it'll be a lot easier for members to navigate their way through it, because there's over 200 or so appliances. what we don't want members to do is sit there and go through all 200 to find exactly what you need. You can filter it down to, you know, for example, if you're just after the fridge freezer, there's an option there to filter it down to fridge freezers, and you can see exactly what fridge freezers we do. Now, an important point for me to make is members shouldn't feel like they are only restricted to using that price list you want. If a member finds something on a website that obviously meets the requirements more, you need a certain specification, then we will discount off the website price for you instead.
Yeah, I needed to mention that because Paul, I hope you don't mind, Paul. Yeah, go on, you're going to say something, Paul.
No, I'm not going to say anything. Be careful, because Zach's listening, assuming the baby's asleep. So
one of the things was
I didn't think anyone was going to pick up on that, but well done there, well done.
we have our spies everywhere, Zach.
one of the things was Paul asked for a TV, so Mo gave him a price, and Paul went, "Hold on here, that's a bit expensive." Emailed Mobile and went, "What's going on here?" Mo said, "Oh, that's the old version. I take it you would like the new version."
Yeah, that's the special offers we've got on at the minute with AO on a couple of TVs. But it's a good point because Mo, you know, sometimes it's one digit difference in the product code that can amount to 200 or 300 quid on how much that product costs because it's the next year's model.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really important point to make, really, because actually I was doing a like-for-like quote for a member just the other day. Now, they've obviously got a quote from a competitor of ours, and we weren't selling some of the products that they were doing. So I was trying to match like-for-like as much as I possibly could. And obviously there was a discrepancy or difference in price. So that's one thing for members to keep in mind. If prices are a little bit different, it's probably because the models will be different. If we sell a particular model that a competitor does, then we will try and sell the exact same one. If not, I can always advise you a like-for-like or at least the latest and greatest model if needs be.
No, absolutely. Paul, you've asked that the minimum price product is worth calling for. I don't care whether it's for a 10 quid item. You want something, you ring them. Am I right in saying that, Mo?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the things I need to mention, because I've got a lot of questions from members, was when I've been speaking to them, is the sort of level of discount they are getting off the LNPG price list. Now, it differs really. I couldn't give you even an average because depending on who the manufacturer is and what the model number is, the pricing can change quite drastically. So on some appliances you might see it might be 10-15 pounds compared to the website in terms of discounts. On other appliances, especially on Samsung appliances, just today I did a fridge freezer which is 131 pounds off retail. So the discounts can differ, and there's not a blanket, let's say 10% off any appliance. It just depends on who the manufacturer is and what we managed to negotiate out to them.
Well, I think that members do understand they're not going to see the kind of level of discounts that they might see on paint or kitchens and boilers, because we get some fantastic prices because you're working on minimum margins. Yeah, it's so easy to give a bigger discount off a higher starting price. We can all do that because you're in a very competitive market. Yeah, there is very little discount. It's about customer service. It's about the stuff turning up on time. Yeah, it's about them getting you or one of your team to look after members, because if you're giving £5 off or 10 or £15, if a member has to make 6 phone calls, if they have to spend 20 minutes on the phone, they wait in and they don't know when the delivery's coming. Yeah, I don't care members don't care how much money you're giving them off. Guess who's getting the phone call?
Yeah,
we are at LNPG.
Yeah,
they're moaning, and rightly so, that suddenly any discount or any money they've saved has been eaten away with their time. Our members want to see that order, pick up, deliver in their house, and out the door they go. They want it simple. They don't want to be wasting their time. And from what I'm reading and what I'm seeing on Facebook, yeah, because that's where it all goes, good or bad, is that you are just being complimented about the service. God help you if next week I start fucking getting complaints. I'll tell you, because my foot will be right up your backside, trust me. Yeah, but honestly, what you've done is, Mo, I haven't seen anybody really criticise you at all. All I've had is very good praise. Now, my members know on some of my Zoom meeting, I've been kicking people and getting into quite a heated discussion. I know you're new to us. I hope we're having the same kind of conversation in 6 months' time, and I think we will, because I've been to your place, yeah, and I was really taken back and impressed with what you were doing. And there's some other things happening behind, because they're putting a special package together for LNPG members. Mm-hmm. You're going to do HMOs, packs, and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we're working on in the background for you. Now, one of the things I want to pick up on is, members are probably well aware, when it comes to buying appliances, pricing in the market seems to be the same regardless of whether it's AO or any other competitor out there. What we focus on as a business is that we sell on customer service rather than selling on price. That's what makes us different to everyone else. Now, if members even took a look at our Trustpilot score, it's one of the things that we pride ourselves on wholeheartedly, is that we've got over 194,000 reviews, I believe, and we've got 4.7 stars out of 5. Every single comment you see on there will just be talking about customer service, customer service, customer service, and that's what we want to carry on doing for LNPG. Now, one of the things that enables us to do this is the fact that we own our own logistics company. So we've got full ownership from the moment you pick up the phone to the point where your item's been delivered. It's an AO service. It's not a third-party company coming out to do installations or coming out to do your delivery. It's our own drivers. It's our own people that we've trained up, and it's our own people that carry out the services.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
so I really didn't know that.
No, so
it's your own drivers.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got a warehouse based in Crewe, whereby all our appliances are stocked. So from that moment when an order has been placed, our own people will pick up the appliance, load it onto the van, and get it out for next day to the customer or wherever it needs to go. And Anthony, if you could bring up that slide, I'll just talk through it quickly, just so members have an idea about why we are so good at what we do in terms of a service perspective.
Yeah, don't worry. Anthony takes about half an hour to get ready.
So there we are. It's a fully end-to-end service. We've got, like you said, 740 square meter. Sorry, that'll be 1,000 square meters in total. We've got out bases all over the country, so we can, if you wanted something, say Highlands up in Scotland, we've probably got a base close to there where we'll be able to deliver an appliance next day if it is possible. I've got 600 drivers, 125 engineers. So all them engineers are got the correct certifications in terms of gas certifications, or they are certified in terms of doing electric installations as well. And the great thing is that we deliver 7 days a week to you. So, for example, if a member's called in saying, look, a student's broken up a dishwasher, we need a washing machine next day. If they call us on Friday, we'll be able to get the item delivered by Saturday. Now, what I will say is, at the moment, because of the whole COVID situation, things aren't running as smoothly as it were if we were out of COVID, but we can still do next day delivery if it is available. It's just that we don't have enough drivers on the road, or we obviously taking precautions because of COVID to obviously ensure that safety of our members and safety of the tenants or customers that we are delivering to as well. So yeah, end-to-end service in terms of our delivery proposition. We deliver 9 to 5, so we don't like keeping customers waiting after 5 o'clock. So what we also can do is we can book in time slots as well. So if it's going to a tenant, they are only available between, let's say, between 12 and 5. we can book in a time slot at an additional charge, I must say, before I get turning off. But we can do that for you as well. So it's really good from a service perspective. What I will also say is what we do is we try to make sure that we do not miss our delivery, because obviously it comes at a cost to us. So when it comes to delivering the appliance, we text you on the day of the delivery with an estimated time of arrival. So, for example, Nick, if you wanted a washing machine tomorrow, we book a delivery in, you'll get a text message in the morning to say, hi, it's us from AO, we are delivering the appliance between 10 and 12, let's say, for example. And then half an hour before we actually turn up, our drivers will give you a call as well. So we can make sure that the appliance is obviously delivered on time and you are available to accept the delivery as well. So it's really good from that perspective. We pride ourselves on our delivery proposition.
So let me get this right. I ring up, I want a washing machine, I want it to be delivered to the tenants.
Yeah.
The tenant, you text me to say we're going to be there, let's say between, I don't know, 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock. An hour before or half an hour before, you text again to say we're going to be half an hour away.
Yeah, so what we can do is, depending on whose number you give us, you can give us the tenant's number, or we can take down your number. It's entirely up to you, whatever's easiest for you. So whoever's number we put on the order, we will text them on the morning of the delivery with an estimated time of arrival to say, you know, we'll be there, for example, between 10 and 12, let's say. And then half an hour before we actually turn up to the property, we'll give the tenant or you a call to say, hi, we're on our way down. Obviously, if you need to make any arrangements, or make sure you're obviously available to accept the delivery. And
that's on every delivery?
Every delivery, yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Half an hour before?
Half an hour before, yeah, we'll give you a call.
Okay.
So we've got a team that actually, what we will also do is in occasions whereby we've made a large bulk order, to ensure obviously delivery doesn't fail, because it obviously comes at a cost to us, we give a call the day before as well, just to make sure that everything's still okay for tomorrow. So we've had occasions in the past before whereby we were delivering to a building site. We just want to make sure the building site is safe for us to take our vans down there and unload everything. So we do pre-calls as well, just to make sure that everything's still okay for delivery the day after. And that's usually in the case of bulk orders, rather than it being just one washing machine or fridge freezer.
Okay, another question that just popped up, I just saw it, was that, do you take old stuff away?
100%, yes we do, yeah. So that's another thing that we pride ourselves on, is our recycling proposition. Now, recycling, it normally comes at a cost of $14.99 per appliance, but...
How much?
$14.99.
Do you say 1/4?
1/4, yeah. But in occasions whereby you might need to take bulk appliances away, we can work around. We've got a proposition for that as well. So we've got different pricing modules for customers who want to take the appliance away and have that recycled. So one of the things, like you've seen there on the slide, there is our recycling. We've got a branch or plant in Telford, whereby we recycle all the goods. We make sure that we are, well, as a business, we are quite conscious of the environment. We make sure that everything is recycled safely, and it doesn't end up being in landfill sites or other parts of the world. Because there has been instances or reports of washing machines ending up in landfill sites and places in parts of the world. So we actually ensure that everything is recycled safely, and we try to minimize our carbon footprint, really.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No, that's great. One of the things I was, sorry, Mo, I want to make sure that's clear. So it's £14 for taking away.
Yeah.
Is there an extra cost for recycling?
No, absolutely not. No, that's it. That's your cost.
But what you said more? I didn't understand about was there a bundle? Or
yeah. So if we've got a proposition or pricing module for people who, now this normally happens in kitchen retailers, etc., that we deal with. If they've got 15 or 20 appliances or somewhat along those lines to be taken away, then we don't charge $14.99 each for each appliance. We charge a different rate.
So it's okay. No, I've got that. Okay. All right, Anthony. We must have loads of questions.
We do, but I've been looking at a slide, so I can't tell you what they are at the minute. So I'll go back to some that I saw earlier on. Just going back to the prices, you mentioned a brochure or putting them on the website. It was just a lot of members have mentioned your time's at a premium at the minute, and half of these queries, or at least half the time, is going to be people calling up and asking what's in the core range and what's not in the core range. So people have been saying on Facebook Live, in the Zoom as well, that having that information outside on the LNPG website or in a brochure or wherever it is just going to free up a bit more time for you to focus on that service and hopefully work less hours.
Let's have a look at that, Mo, because the more information we can put on the LNPG, because you'll have your own page, information that they're not going to tie you up and your team up, because your time is going to be a premium for us. Yeah, and it really is. Yeah, that if we can put more information that people go, got that, I understand it. Yeah. People are going to only ring you when they don't understand something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what
and sometimes we fail as LNPG. We don't give all the information. We only know what we know. But so let's learn from this, that if we need more information from you, we'll put it on our website so members can go there and go, okay, I understand that.
Yeah. I'll get out a user-friendly version over to Anthony, and obviously put that on our website, so members can see our full range of things that we've managed to discount from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And I must reiterate again, don't just feel like you are restricted to using our price list. You can look on the website and find something else on there you might like instead.
Yeah. See, I was just put on here, and this is what you were afraid of. I checked on the website, and 2 items were out. Yeah. So we're going to have to, Mo, you're going to have to keep hold of, keep us updated, or we'll give you access where you can go in and change it on a regular basis, because that'll be frustrating for members that and 2 of the items discontinued because you run out of them because we bought them all.
Yeah. So it's a very good point that you actually make up, really, because what's happened since obviously COVID kicked off, we, not just as AO, but the industry as a whole has struggled to get stock from the manufacturers. Just obviously a lot of it does come from Europe, but we've struggled to get things in. And when we have got things in, you find that it might get sold out right away. So we are working very closely with the manufacturers, and obviously leveraging our relationship as AO to make sure that we always manage to get, as soon as something runs out, we will try our absolute best to make sure these things come back in as soon as they possibly can. What members can do as well is they can email me to say, I just need to know when this appliance is back in stock. I've got a virtual team that works around me, so we've got a stock team that work to tell us, we are expecting 25 fridge freezers back in on this date, and then I can just go back to the customer and relay that information. Obviously, they can wait till it's back in stock, or we can provide some alternatives for things that are still in stock.
Okay, great. I've got a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Mo.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any own brand products?
We do versions of televisions. I think only AO sells, such as Techwood and Veltec, I think, are the ones that AO sell. But we don't do our very own brand. But it's a very good question. I will try and find out, because I do know from TVs, I think AO are the only ones that sell Techwood and Veltec. But from a white goods perspective, I don't think that is. I will try and find out for you whether there are specific SKUs just for AO.
Okay. As regards delivery, what does that mean generally? Because some companies only deliver to the pavement, some companies to the door, other companies will take it up a flight of stairs and put it wherever you need it.
So, good point. At the moment, because of coronavirus, if it's just delivery that you're after, what we are doing at the moment is we are delivering just to the inside of the door. But if you are obviously after services, etc., we will obviously come inside the property and install the appliance for you. Our drivers are following government guidelines in terms of keeping 2-meter distance away from other people. So when it comes to installation, if you require that service, we ask that the people within the property put themselves into another room, so that we are keeping our drivers safe and making sure that the customers are safe as well.
That's right. Do you have a typical cost for fitting items?
So cost for installation varies depending on the type of appliance it is. So generally, rule of thumb is appliances that require a premium installation. So gas installations, installations in regards to electrical appliances, or anything that's integrated will require a premium installation, and the prices can vary from around 65 to about £90 normally for installations on what we call as prem installs or premium installations.
Yeah.
On normal freestanding appliances, the price is normally about £19.99 for install.
We need to talk about that price. I definitely need to talk about that one.
Do you provide, I'm assuming you do, an aftercare service policy?
So that's something that we don't normally do on the business side, but I did have a conversation about this back in January with our sales head of sales. So if people wanted to get their appliances insured through our insurance provider, which is D&G, there is a way of going about doing so. So that's something that I would take back, because we just need to make sure we perfect that method. Because I take it members will want to get their appliances insured through.
Absolutely. Yeah, looking for either 3 or 5 year deal, but it's obviously, as you know from us, it's got to be a deal. It's not something that we'll pay out willy-nilly for.
Paul, and again, this is where Mo and members need to be careful. If it's commercial, you don't normally have insurance on it. Yes. But because it's commercial, but in a residential kind of home, there's a real grey area. So Mo's going to have to get the underwriters to agree them terms, because as soon as you mention commercial, they go, don't touch commercial. But
we don't do that.
It's commercial in the private sector rental market.
It depends what they mean. Yeah, how do they define HMOs, for example? Because some companies classify it as commercial, others classify it as residential. Yeah. But I know D&G in the past have walked into one of my HMOs and gone, oh, this is a commercial business. I said, no, it isn't. It's mine. Just get on with it. And they were sensible. But I do know that D&G can be awkward, shall we say, or used to be. Another one, which I'm sure will be of more interest.
I'll take that back with you. I'll take that back and try and find out for you.
Okay.
One thing that you mentioned there, which is actually a very good point. When members get access to our list, you'll notice on a lot of the product lines, we've got extended warranties on there for you as well. So it's not just your standard 1-year warranty. There's appliances on there with up to 5 years worth of warranty. So
right. Yeah.
You've got peace of mind knowing that you'll be looking
absolutely.
At least.
Yeah, brilliant. The other thing is that, and it's something I've asked before of other businesses, but what about saying, oh, they had something that was dented? What happens to your dented appliances? Would it be possible for us to have access to that?
Say that again for me, sorry, Paul, you just cut there.
Access to dented, your dents and scratched appliances.
So, as in, would you like to, or members would like to purchase them kind of appliances?
I'm sure they would for their tenancy. It obviously depends where the scratches are and dents are, but yeah.
We do have an actual, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, but we do actually have an outlet whereby you can buy them appliances off us. Now, you won't obviously be through myself, but we've got a separate team that deal with them kind of appliances. I'll try and find out the details for you, because that is a very good point. Because I know things that we don't sell, or things whereby it's been damaged or it's been used, we've got an actual outlet whereby we do sell them appliances, but I'll need to find out them details for you, Paul. So I'll try and
just a thought. I thought I'd ask on behalf of the members.
Yeah, I've been asked that question this week.
Okay.
Any more, Anthony?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of people, obviously we were talking about phone and email earlier on. Is there some kind of portal or online form that members can use to see the prices and then just do the offer online while they're there?
It's something that we are working on at the moment, is an online portal. So we don't quite yet have the facility to do that just yet for LNPG. But I know we are currently trialing an online portal whereby customers, well, it's one client that we deal with at the moment. They log in, put in their details, and they can place an order online and easy. It's not quite ready for everyone. We are still in that trial phase, but I'm sure once we perfect it, we'll try and get that across to LNPG members as well. So just probably free up my time and make lives easier for a lot of the LNPG members. So I'm not going to promise it to you just yet, but I will take that across to our operations team and make them aware that this could be something that we could work on with LNPG.
Okay. And don't forget, everybody, he's only been on 2 weeks with LNPG. Yeah.
The delivery you mentioned earlier on, Mo, was that, did you say 9 to 5, Monday to Friday?
It's Monday, 7 days a week, so Monday through to Sunday.
And 9 to 5?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I take it's free delivery for us, isn't it?
It's free delivery. If you did next day delivery, it's normally a £10 charge. But any other day bar next day is free delivery for every single member.
Any chance we can get total free delivery and give us if it's available?
I have done it in the past with 1 or 2 members. If they spent over obviously quite a large amount of money, then if they wanted next day, I have been able to.
No. Get me free delivery next time. Get me next. No, Mo. You're not hearing me, Mo. Yeah, that's a great one for us because.
Just check, have a little bit to see if it's
Mo, don't worry, I'm here. I'm listening as well.
Who's that?
it's me.
Get off. Paul, you're on mute. Mo.
Sorry. Zach came on to say it's okay, didn't he? I didn't hear him clearly.
I think that was.
I'm sure it's something that we can look up. Nick.
Who's Zach?
His boss.
He's my gaffer.
Sorry. Zach, so we're looking at free delivery now, are we? Great. Yeah. Can we have that discussion offline tomorrow, please?
Yeah, I think we can have a discussion tomorrow. But
Thanks, Zach.
that's not a problem.
No, Zach, but on a serious note, and I know you've got a little one there, I mean, what do you think of what you've seen so far?
To be absolutely honest, it's a really, really amazing headache to have. I'm just gonna have to go to another room because there's three girls screaming the place down. Okay. It's a really, really good problem to have this. And what Mo's been doing by himself, and I know you guys have kind of said it enough, is absolutely tremendous. But what I've said to him is what we can't do is shadow or put a blanket over the actual work that he's doing, because otherwise we'll never see what we actually need as a business. So what you've clearly outlined there at the very beginning is we do need people around this, but we need to be very, very strategic around it. So because there's so many pieces to the puzzle here, there's systems and processes that we can definitely improve, which would make life easier for LNPG members to buy. You've also got, obviously, the number of admin people, but can they actually take them calls? Can they actually deliver the service that Mo's giving? And that Phil will also be able to give as well. So we need to be very, very careful of, obviously, how we basically bring people into the business for you guys. But at the same time, can we do it with better systems? So obviously, like Mo's just said, we'll be having conversations with our operations manager about these things to make sure we can get it better. But ultimately, I think the way things are going right now is perfect. And the reason being is because you're giving us problems. And with them problems, we're being able to go back to the business and say, these are the problems we're having. Can you provide us a solution? So, yeah, I'm really happy with everything going. In terms of, I wanted to kind of jump in before, but I think Mo covered it anyway. In terms about the prices, I've seen the questions from numerous amount of people. That's not a problem at all. I think Mo touched upon it already. Once we've made it a little bit more easy for the guys to read, for the guys to understand, we can definitely put that on your website. And Nick, you said it yourself, it kind of makes sense. If you're sending the actual prices to the customer directly, what difference is it? If they've got access to it, they can forward it on. So I think it just makes sense to put it on there. And maybe do a webinar more. If people don't understand how to use a price list, we can do a quick webinar just purely on the price list, if that's needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Other than that, for me, I'm really loving this. It's brilliant.
And on behalf of LNPG and the members, is that what I really would like to do is
sorry.
Can you hear me, everybody? Sorry, someone said sorry. Is that
I can't hear you, Nick. By the way, it's breaking up completely.
One of the things I was saying is that just from LNPG, you've got our full support, and for changes that are coming, we'll adapt, because I want the volumes to come to you. I want to do business, and members have just been so praising you and Mo. So let's just keep that up. It's tremendous. It really is, and I'm so pleased the way it's gone so far. And Mo, he's right. Don't cover the issue and put a blanket over it, and then nobody knows what the problems are.
Oh, don't worry. I've already highlighted it, to be honest with you, a few times, because it's like Zach said, it's a good headache to have. I'd rather be taking calls than not having any calls coming in. So don't worry. We will, like I said, having the meeting on Friday, and we'll put some processes in place and build a plan around LNPG. As we go on a journey as a business, we want to take LNPG along with us. We're not just going to sort of react, to things when they go wrong. We try and make improvements before they go wrong.
There's a question just come up about, does AO price match? You've already answered that, and the answer is yes. Where there's room, you will do what you can to get that business in the door.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's one of the messages actually our MD was actually giving to us.
Yeah. Okay, that's honestly.
Sorry, Nick. By the way,
we should not be losing business to anybody out there.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry, Nick.
Just put yourself on mute, mate. It's
Can you hear me?
Yeah, chat.
Yeah.
No. Never mind. Okay, but no. So I mean, have we kind of finished on that note? Because
there's a couple of member-specific questions. Which
okay, please answer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
No, member-specific for specific situations. So I'll send those over to you after this, Mo. There's just one more to really see here. So you mentioned delivery earlier on. What sort of area are we talking about for next day delivery? Are we talking all the way from the bottom of Cornwall to the top of Scotland?
It depends really. So if it's at the moment, I would say if it was somewhere big in Scotland, it's not quite there yet. Mainland UK normally would be able to deliver next day, but if it's in the Isle of Wight, somebody somewhere off mainland, then it normally takes a little longer. But if you were out of COVID, I'd probably be able to say yeah to you. But if it's in the bottom of Cornwall or in the Highlands of Scotland, as long as members give me a postcode to check, I will be able to make them aware of when they can get there or expect their delivery. One thing to mention is deliveries in Northern Ireland. We don't, as AO, deliver in Northern Ireland. We use a third-party company. So if members maybe had properties in Northern Ireland, they'd get their appliance delivered third-party rather than it being through ourselves.
Ah, fine. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd just like to say, honestly, thank you so much for doing this webinar. I think members would appreciate everything you've said and done, and welcome aboard to LNPGs and being one of our partners. I've got a couple of announcements to make. Worcester rang me today, Worcester Bosch, saying, Nick, we've sold quite a few boilers, but nobody's claimed their free jacket. So in the month of July, if you bought a Worcester Bosch boiler, you get a free jacket. So please don't forget to apply for your jacket. And also, just so that, and again, I found this out, and we're just about to do a deal with SIG Roofing. SIG Roofing are a specialist company that just deals with roofing. We've been in talks with Jewson's about this because it's such a specialist area. They're quite happy for us to bring in SIG Roofing. They're a national company. They are going to set up contract division for LNPG members, and we should be going live with that in the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. But if you want roofing, slating, tiles, coverings, felt, anything you need, give the LNPG's office a ring and we will put you in touch with them directly. The guy's name is Steve Chaplin, and he was the guy that used to look after us with Jewson's, and he's now gone on to newer things, that he's set up the contract division for SIG Roofing, and he's contacted us, and we'll be joining, well, they're becoming partners of us, and members have already rang him, and they've already helped members out by putting whole complete packages together for people doing roofings, anything to do with roofings. It will go through to SIG. And I've got really nothing else to say, I don't think. Mo, thank you.
Been a pleasure, Nick.
Your boss to be here. I didn't realise that was him. If you don't pick up the phone tomorrow, we'll get you been fired. But no, just welcome. Just thank you so much for coming on with us. And just like to say good morning to everybody. And don't forget, we're here to support you. And don't forget, if you're not a member of NMPG, come and join the team. Thank you so much, and good night to everybody.
Thanks for coming, Mo.
Cheers.
Guys. Thank you. No worries, Anthony. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.